56. For Thursday, some sun and a high of 61. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower, we can take care of you. So stop by and see us in the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM, or call us at 850-851-0453.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Chuck was terrible at fishing. He spent many frustrating hours attempting to get results he saw from internet videos, aggravating trial and error fishing trips, and misguided advice from well-intended friends. Chuck is happy now with his newfound success after he visited Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle, where we keep fishing fun, simple, and successful. See us soon at Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle, located directly off Highway 98 on the west end of Panama City Beach.
Krispy Kreme is releasing more delicious fall flavors. You're probably asking, hey, didn't Krispy Kreme already release fall donut flavors? The answer is yes. However, Krispy Kreme has 3 new flavors you've never tasted before. Caramel pecan brownie, classic blackberry crisp filled, and the cinnamon latte lovers donuts. All new and waiting on you at Krispy Kreme Donuts in front of HCA Hospital, 23rd Street, Panama City, and the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan.
Wildfires and other disasters, whether natural or man-made, are becoming a way of life. For many, like John Haggard, preparing go bags is essential.
I think it's important to prepare a go bag for the same reason it's important to put a seatbelt on before we start driving. If we were to wait until an accident started to happen to try to put on a seatbelt, it really wouldn't work.
The effort paid off. Advanced preparation relieved stress as the Haggard family prepared to evacuate. John's wife, Dana, felt that relief firsthand.
We didn't think we were going to be affected. However, we were. And when it came to our neighborhood, we were given a go order. We were able to take our bags and be out the door within 10 minutes of that go order.
Tips for disaster preparedness and suggestions for putting together your own go bag are available from FEMA at ready.gov. And you can search go bags on jw.org. Finally, John has this sobering advice.
It's often been said that when it comes to fire, seconds can make the difference between life and death.
Northwest Florida's home for college football bowl games. WGSX Lynn Haven, WPLQ Port St. Joe.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the next evolution of sports talk radio. The biggest stories and the biggest reactions.
Now.
And now we're taking...
With the first pick.
This is the last ball you got in the bag. The Inside Drive. From college to the pros. Interviews with the newsmakers, sports betting, your phone calls, and more. And now, The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
What was the over-under?
Dead air.
Good. Back on? All right.
Yes.
We are back on the air. We appreciate you hanging out with us there for a second as we were having a little bit of technical difficulties, but everything is back up and running. We appreciate you listening. You are listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida, 104.3 in Panama City Beach, 101.9 in Port St. Joe. I know you've been watching us on Facebook, YouTube, and X, but now you can hear us on all three of those as well. You can also download that free mobile app inside the Google Play or Apple Store. Just search 104.3 ESPN at Northwest Florida. As we were talking kind of amongst ourselves is what it felt like. Big game last night. Seattle Seahawks got the dub on a last-minute touchdown pass from Drew Lock to Jackson Smith in Jigba. Great hands catch, too, on that, too. Drew Lock just doing a good job for the Seahawks. It was a close game, 17-13. I think it was 28 seconds left when they scored that touchdown, and then the Eagles did have a couple timeouts. In about 30 seconds, threw a deep ball, and it got picked off. Guy tapped both of his toes in, and the game was pretty much over. I didn't realize that Pete Carroll has never lost to the Philadelphia Eagles.
I would have bet the Seahawks last night if I knew that.
I know. He's now 8-0.
Yep.
Because trends matter.
Who do you think is the most mid team?
Most mid team?
Yeah.
Does Jay know what mid means?
You know what? I was about to ask that question.
It's one of those.
Don't have a
clue. It's like cap and all that. Whew.
Mid.
Like, the thing at the NFL, there's so many teams right now that still have a mathematical chance of making the playoffs. But, I'd be willing to put Jacksonville into that category. They've won some big games. They're a good team, but they seem to not win the big games that they need to. And we'll find out because they got a big one coming up this week, I think. I think they're playing the Dolphins. No, I don't think they're playing. They finished with the Dolphins.
Gotcha.
Cowboys are playing the Dolphins this week. But, Big Dom is no longer, as we talked about, he's no longer on the sidelines for the Philadelphia Eagles, and he's not going to be for the rest of the season. And the Eagles haven't won a game since the Big Dom incident.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. That there's a lot of luck in these games, and Dom may be the Irish.
The big old good luck charm?
Yep, could be.
Absolutely. I saw him walking Jalen Hurts into the game last night. Jalen Hurts was not feeling well. He was very ill.
Yeah.
It was almost like people were kind of saying, well, maybe it'll be like the Michael Jordan flu game where he just goes out there and balls out while having the flu. But it was a good scenario for me in the Bay Point League because I needed Jalen Hurts to do good. And he scored, I think, a little bit over 20 points because he had 2 touchdowns and a lot of other rushing yards. But then they also lost, which gives the Niners a little easier path potentially to that number 1 seed. So,
well, that environment over in Seattle, if you had to pick 2 big environments to play in, don't you think Philadelphia and Seattle are amongst the top 5 in the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, I would throw Arrowhead in there too, but there's something about the way they designed Lumen Field where it has kind of the covering over the top so the sound just goes up and backs down. And that's why, like Michigan, they say it's huge, but it's not crazy loud because the way it's designed, all the sound just kind of goes out.
Right.
But not in Lumen Field there.
No.
There was quite a few Philadelphia Eagles fans there last night as well. But it's a good Monday night football game. It was exciting. Watched the whole thing all the way down to the wire. That doesn't happen too often. We started that movie you were talking about as well, too, maybe a month or so ago?
Yeah, Greater. Yeah, good.
Yeah, and it wasn't even my idea, and Beth said somebody had mentioned it to her as a good movie to watch on Netflix, and when she said the name, I was like, oh, Jay was talking about that one, but I kept forgetting. Haven't got to we're basically at the part where he's working to get that starting position at Arkansas.
Kind of a Rudy feel, if you will.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, it's just this guy just wanted to play Arkansas football, just loved it through and through, and he did everything possible to get there.
Oh, yeah, and he met challenge after challenge after challenge, and that goes to show you hard work and dedication can outweigh talent if you're willing to put that work in. That's for sure.
Well, and it's like I had been texting with Charlie Chris. You know, Charlie Chris played for the Hawks back in the 80s, played at New Mexico State basketball. Charlie's like 76 now, but the guy's 5'0".
Yeah.
And he played, amongst Dominique and Spud Webb, all those guys in Atlanta. How many naysayers did that guy have? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's amazing to me at that's the type of people I want to talk to and interview and,
get them on.
Yeah. We'll get Charlie on.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. He'll
That'd
be a good
awesome.
one. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, especially when you don't fit the mold that people expect, athletes to be. You either let that discourage you or you let that be motivation. I mean, I always tell what Michael Jordan was cut from his JV basketball team, and he goes down to be one of the best basketball players of all time.
Yep.
It's just hard work. What do we always say? Hard work can outwork talent that doesn't want to work.
That's right.
So,
who would that be in the golf industry or golf PGA? Is there anybody that, like Casey Martin, for instance, kind of comes to mind?
Yeah, just because of the circumstances and all that. Yeah, for sure. That's an interesting one, no doubt. But the Q School ended yesterday, and we have our top 5 in ties. They're getting their PGA Tour cards. Trace Crow. We mentioned him. He shot 3 under yesterday and was able to finish at 11 under. He got his PGA Tour card. Harrison Endicott was the medalist in the final final stage of the Q School, and he finished at 15 under par. Then you had Blaine Hale Jr., Raul Pareda, Hayden Springer rounded out the 6 players that got their PGA Tour cards. What's pretty cool, Hayden Springer. This is a kind of a feel good kind of thing. I mean, it's a tragedy, but Hayden Springer and his wife Emma lost their daughter just a month ago. Young daughter. I mean, there's a picture of him. She's just a baby. And today he earned his PGA Tour card. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, imagine dealing with that going on in your life. And then we talked about it all last week, how the Q School final stage is one of the most pressure-packed and difficult things you can do in golf. And then to, finish 8 under par in a tie for 4th, which got him his PGA Tour card is pretty impressive.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
And he bogeyed the 17th hole in that final round. So knowing he was right on that cusp of the top 5, comes back and makes a pretty gutsy par on 18 to finish tied for 4th for the entire thing.
Wow. What a story that is. That's a ESPN 30 for 30
it
or
should
whatever.
Be.
Yeah.
It should be. That's for sure. Wes Bryan, I had saw because, the Sunday round was canceled because of weather and all, or postponed till Monday. And he had posted something on social media where he was going to play video games, and he had like 6 or 7 energy drinks with him there. Well, I was trying to find him where he went because I don't want to speak inappropriately. Chase ended up finishing tied for 82nd there. Yeah, Wes Bryan, he was, prior to the final round, I think he was -5 for the tournament. He shot 70, 66, 69. That's -1, -4. And depending on which course that was on in his first round, I think it was another -1. So I think he was -5. So if you finished -8, you were tied for 4th and got yourself a PGA Tour card. So he was technically 3 shots back. Well, he fires a little 79 yesterday, drops 72 spots.
And who is this again?
Wes Bryan.
Okay.
The Bryan brothers.
Yeah.
They were famous for all the trick shots and all that, and they both played at South Carolina. Mm-hmm. And I just thought it was ironic he posted that and then fired a little 79 in that final round, which just shows how difficult it is. He started with a birdie in the round too as well.
That's golf, man. That's like you shoot subpar during 30-mile-an-hour winds over the weekend, and then I think yesterday's conditions were probably pretty good.
I would say they're probably similar to how it was here yesterday.
Yeah,
breezy but not terrible, a little cool,
right?
But nothing crazy for these guys, that's for sure. But yeah, tough stuff there. Tough stuff. We got some questions for Doc A coming up. I appreciate Alan and Keith sending in some questions that we'll ask him and see if he's got any more fun stories and all that good stuff. And then later on, we'll jump into some trivia questions. Do you want to ask Jay any questions in this first segment?
Come on, Liam. Fire from the hip, baby.
You don't know? Well, if you think of one, let me know and we'll get it asked. What do you think about Drew Lock? You think he takes over Geno Smith's starting role? Okay. What about you? You can't just mock Jay. You can't say what he says. This is what he does to me. He goes, I don't know. What are we talking about? Do you think Geno remains the starter? Or do you think Drew Lock takes over?
Man, we just went from PGA to NFL. So I don't know. I'm giving you the Liam treatment here.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so I got both of it. And David Hayes is out working on the satellite or something like that. So we're hanging out. I don't know what you're trying to say.
How many hearts does an octopus have?
How many what?
Hearts does an octopus have?
I didn't know you were going to start the trivia. I like it.
Octo means 8, I believe.
How many tentacles they have?
Okay. Do they have 8 hearts to go with their tentacles?
No.
You got to get closer, buddy.
No.
How many they have?
3.
3?
3 hearts.
One in their head. I don't know the rest.
But there's 3 total?
Yeah.
How many stomachs does a cow have?
Isn't it 4?
I think so. It's either 2 or 4.
4.
Jay, I feel like you should know that one.
What?
How many stomachs a cow has?
How many?
I think it's 4.
I would think 4. That's what I would think. Yeah.
It's either 2 or 4. I can't fully remember there. You want me to search it up? You search it up.
You did say something about the how many? What about what do you call a cow with 3 legs? Did he know that one?
Ground beef.
No, lean beef. That's lean.
Because it's leaning. When Jay told us on the air a couple weeks ago, he forgot to say 3 legs and he said 4, and then we all got confused.
What do you call a cow with no legs?
Ground beef.
Ground beef. There you go. What do you call it? I can't say.
You've already done it. That's what led to talking about the old school yo mama joke.
That's right.
It's the good old days when nobody took any offense.
I know. But, yeah.
Yamamoto. I know you're a big baseball guy. He still hasn't signed with anybody, and that's kind of the trying to figure out where he's going to go. He's met with the Mets, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Giants, the Phillies, and the Red Sox, and he's had a second meeting with the New York Yankees. He's been rumored to have gotten several $300 million offers to pitch, which has since been denied. The bidding really began yesterday. He's a 3-time Japanese League MVP. You got the answer?
Cows have 4 stomachs.
4. Hey, we got it right. That's a lot of stomachs to process all that grass. But yes, the Japanese legend was the MVP at the age of 25. He's done that 3 times. He's the 3-time pitching Triple Crown winner for the Japanese League. And then a lot of people remember him from that World Baseball Classic. The last time they held that, he was just dominating people with some really, really slippery stuff. But there's been rumors that they're trying to get him over there to Dodgers to join Shohei Ohtani. But don't know how much they're going to pay him on that one.
Kind of reminds me of the Hideo Nomo days. I mean, Nomo played
that
for the
name in a while, yeah.
Played for the Dodgers back in the day, and when he pitched, his back would actually turn, to the plate. I mean, he had such a huge turn, but it'll be interesting to see how many Japanese do kind of filter over here in the MLB with the Shohei Ohtani effect.
Definitely. And there's been quite a few. I mean, Ichiro being one of the more famous ones for sure, but Shohei several years ago, and Yamamoto and all these guys. I don't know if David's going to come back or not. We take this break, but we'll just keep going until he comes back.
But is it shifting from the Dominican? Dominican used to be the place.
I think you're just seeing more coming from Japan as well, in addition, because I think the Dominican is still one of the premier places where you're seeing a lot of international people come from.
Yeah,
and that's for sure. You were talking about Draymond Green the other day, Liam, and how he was suspended indefinitely. Well, he's out at least 3 weeks, and he's began some counseling through the Warriors and all that stuff. So we'll see what happens with that. He's 33 years old, and he's expected to receive counseling and work with the Warriors and NBA while suspended. But it's going to be at least 3 weeks in a suspension there as well. We can talk to Doc A little bit about that when we get back. We're going to talk a lot more about NFL today as well. There's a lot of head coaches kind of on the hot seat, and I think we're going to start seeing that as the season winds down. Mm-hmm. And the bowl pick'em. We're tied with the Coach James Hale show through 8 games. We're both 5-3, although we got different ones correct and wrong. Did you see that old ODU Western Kentucky game?
No, I didn't.
No?
I didn't. Did you?
I saw the highlights of it.
Yeah.
Randy, we're going to go ahead and take this first break. If you want to get us off this first break, I know we're running just a little bit long.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show. The Dallas Cowboys get roughed up on the road by the Buffalo Bills. But then Buffalo, you're going, how did they lose to Denver? Or how did they lose to New England? How did they lose to the Jets? But then they blow out Miami. They beat Kansas City. They should have beat Philadelphia. But nobody's going to want to play them.
It's the Dan Patrick Show. Weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Tuesday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, clear skies and a high of 53 with a brisk wind around 10 miles per hour coming out of the north-northeast. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 37. Tomorrow, a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, partly cloudy and a high around 56. For Thursday, some sun and a high of 61. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hey folks, Chris Kramer with Bill Kramer GM. And the best place to listen to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey is inside a brand new vehicle from Bill Kramer GM. And I want you to know we've got 10 times the amount of inventory on the ground as we did this time last year, and darn near all of them are discounted. So shop us online at BillKramerGM.com or visit us the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd. We'll make it easy and take great care of you.
Hi folks, it's Tracy from Tracy's Fine Jewelry. Santa called and he asked me to help everyone get ready for Christmas and avoid the stress and rush. So we've stocked the store and slashed the prices on all diamond jewelry. Whether you're looking for a certified diamond, wedding set, diamond stud earrings, or tennis bracelet, Tracy's Fine Jewelry has the best selection of diamond jewelry you'll find anywhere. And they're all on sale now at 30 to 50% off. From stocking stuffers to extra special surprises, shop where Santa shops. Tracy's Fine Jewelry inside Coin and Bullion Reserves.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents the college football playoffs and bowl games.
Getting to the goal line and in for the touchdown.
Listen live and ultra-high fidelity on ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey and Jay Henley. Broadcasting live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios. ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We're regrouping, Jay. We're back. Everything's firing on all cylinders, and it is Tuesday, and it's our 11:20 segment. So that means we got the one and only Doc A, Steve Alexander on the line. Doc, how are you doing? 6 days till Christmas. Hopefully you've been nice and not naughty.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
How you doing otherwise?
I'm doing okay. I just got done with my Tuesday podcast. Had a ESPN legendary retired reporter Mark Schwartz on as my guest.
Nice.
He's done some really cool stuff. He was the guy that was camped out in front of Joe Paterno's house for a week when all the Penn State was going down, and almost got punched in the face by Mike Tyson. He's got a lot of good stories.
It sounds like it. I'm sure you guys discuss them. Where can everybody find that podcast?
That is on YouTube under RotoWire NBA, and I think it's called Injury Roundup. Just posted. So.
There you go.
Nice.
And we'll probably get, if maybe you got a couple stories in that big Santa bag that we'll get to here in a little bit. But just a couple questions from some of our listeners that they sent in earlier today, and we'll jump right into it. First one, how do the Warriors rebuild without wasting Curry's last few years of prime, especially given the Draymond indefinite suspension? He's getting counseling, all that good stuff. But what do the Warriors need to do to continue being successful and not wasting these last few years of Curry's career?
Are people sending these questions in for me, or are they sending them in generally for the PCB ESPN?
Not for you. For you specifically.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Podziemski is a good place to start. Podziemski. Brandon Podziemski. I love this kid. He's playing 30 minutes a night right now, and I think Steve Kerr loves him. I think his teammates love him. I think the Warriors need to move on from Andrew Wiggins. He was great, I think, in his last game, but Wiggins has been awful this year. He's been a big reason that the Warriors are struggling, and they need to start developing the youth. I mean, Jonathan Kuminga, in my opinion, should be playing, at least 28 minutes a night, and he's just not. I tell you what, this Draymond suspension may actually end up working in the Warriors' favor because they'll get Draymond back at some point in the next 3 or 4 weeks, but they'll also have a chance to let guys like Podziemski and Kuminga get out there and run, and I think that's a good thing. Moses Moody probably needs a few more minutes. The Trace Jackson Davis kid out of Indiana. went late in the draft, like late second round, but he's a pretty good player. But to answer the question, I mean, Curry's old. Curry's like, what, 36, 37, 36? Klay Thompson's not young. He's got all the surgeries he's come back from. And he has not had a very good season either. If Klay and Andrew Wiggins were both playing well, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Oh, absolutely.
And they both played well in their last game. So they need to get it turned around.
Doc, this next question is coming out of the state of Virginia, and I know Virginia is for lovers. Where do you see Anthony Edwards next year?
As far as what team he's playing for, I don't know, dude. I feel like Anthony Edwards is taking over the NBA in the very near future. Like Tyrese Halliburton, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Anthony Edwards. Like those are the big three. And Wemby and Chet also. Anthony Edwards is going to be a monster for years to come. He doesn't put up with any nonsense. He's the best interview in the league. And, you know, they asked him yesterday, could Michael Jordan guard you? He's like, hell no.
Bold.
Like, he just doesn't care. And he's a movie star. And I love everything about Anthony Edwards. Plus, he went to the University of Georgia. But he's going to be one of the big three faces of the league for years to come. And I mean, I would assume he's staying in Minnesota. The Timberwolves somehow, some way, are still holding down first place in the West with a 3-game lead over Oklahoma City and a 3.5-game lead over the Nuggets, which is just crazy. They're playing defense, and a lot of that is Anthony Edwards and just his mentality. They're so fun.
Yeah, only losing 5 games so far this year. Pretty stout. There's no doubt about that.
Doc, next question coming right out of your town of the ATL. Is Bradley Beal the biggest waste of a Supermax ever?
Yes.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I told people not to draft him before fantasy drafts this year. He's got a history of lower leg problems. Then he had a back issue earlier this season, and now he's out for 2 or 3 more weeks with a sprained ankle. He's only played in 6 games this season. We don't know how he'll mentally handle being a third wheel to Devin Booker and Kevin Durant when he does finally play. I think those guys will like having Beal around is, you know, standing wide open in the corner for a 3, but man, that's a lot of money for a guy who has not hardly ever lived up to the hype. He was okay in Washington for a couple of years, but I've just never been a big Beal guy. So now Mark Schwartz, who I just had on my podcast, drafted Beal in the 5th round and thought he had a huge steal. So that was some good conversation in that podcast about Beal too.
What about, is there any big trades coming up on the horizon that you foresee?
Oh, I'm not a trade guy. My least favorite thing about professional sports is trade speculation, because I feel like that's what people want to hear.
Yeah.
And that's what drives a lot of traffic, but 95% of what any talking head says about a trade deadline does not come true. Like, we're wrong about everything all the time. We're literally just guessing.
Yeah.
We're literally
pure speculation, yeah.
We're literally 2 days behind real-time information, because by the time, you know, the agents slip the rumors out to us, and by the time we get them reported, they've already moved on to something else. So I don't spend a lot of time on trade speculation. I will say that Pascal Siakam is probably not going to be a Raptor. I'd like to see him come to the Hawks. And Zach LaVine is probably not going to be a Bull after 2 months longer, which is good news for Kobe White, who's having one of the most surprising fantasy basketball seasons we've ever seen.
Doc, I've got a serious question here. When you were a proud owner of the family truckster, from the National Lampoon's Vacation, did you ever have a Christy Brinkley moment where maybe, a hot blonde,
Great question, Jay.
kind of pulled up right beside you in a Ferrari and, you just kind of waved at her or anything like that? Did you ever have any of those moments?
Well, I'm pretty sure that sequence in the original movie was meant to be more like a dream / fantasy and not reality. So I'm pretty comfortable in saying that no, I never had a Christy Brinkley in a Ferrari pull up to me and basically try to woo me away from my family.
But that wasn't his family, though. That's what he told Christy.
No, that was just the people he travels with. That's part of the disguise. part of the ruse. But yeah, no, but dude, when I would pull that thing into the gas station and put gas in it, I had to open up the back.
Where the tag is. Where the tag, yeah.
No, that was a movie prop. That was Chevy Chase thought the gas cap. Clark thought the gas cap was under the license plate, and he ripped his license plate off.
Right.
Yep.
Then he figured out that it was actually on the hood.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And my truckster had the gas cap on the hood, but it was fake. You could open it up, but there was nowhere to put the gas. You actually had to climb into the car with the gas hose
to pump the gas.
You're kidding me, right? That's fantastic.
That seems safe.
That is fantastic.
So for me to put gas in the truckster, I would actually lay on my stomach with my feet hanging out the back and have to open this compartment and then put the gas inside the car.
Whew, this is great.
Man, you don't want to spill any of that.
And when I would pull up to a gas station, crowds of anywhere from 10 to 70 people would gather around the car and just be like, you've got to be kidding me right now. Like, this is insane. And it's like in the middle of Indianapolis. And it's like Indianapolis suburbs. And like people are like, this doesn't make sense. Like, how are you just driving around in the actual family truckster? And it was my cousin. I guess that's the story. My cousin came up to me at my wedding. He's like, hey, dude, have you seen what I'm driving? And I said, no. He goes, I'm driving the family truckster. I'm like, oh, you got an old beat-up station wagon? He's like, no, I'm driving the family truckster. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I found this car out in the middle of a cornfield in the middle of nowhere in Indiana. I bought it for $4,000, and I'm pretty sure that it was used in the movie. Like, it's the real deal.
Metallic P and all.
Metallic P. And I'm like, are you serious right now, Clark? So he takes me out and shows it to me. And this is at my brother's wedding in '93, I think. And I'm like, oh, my God, I need this car. I'm like, are you selling it? He goes, yeah. And he was selling everything he owned to open a restaurant in Indiana, which turned out to be incredibly successful, called Bongi's Tavern. It's still in business today. He sold out, but incredible restaurant. And the next day I went to his house in my Honda Accord and gave him $4,000 cash and drove home in that family truckster. I remember this because I left my Honda Accord there, which was a nice Honda Accord. I was so proud of it. It was like my first new car. Yeah. And I left the window open a little bit. And one of his cats, he named his cat Steve and Gary after me and my brother. I don't know if it was Steve or Gary, but one of those SOBs got into my car and was like hanging off the leather roof on the inside and put all these claw holes in the top of my car roof. But I took the truckster home and never looked back, man. It was so fun having that car.
It's fantastic.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, what eventually happened to it?
Well, it was used, it won me a contest on the radio. Bob and Tom have a syndicated morning show, or had one, out of Indianapolis back then. And they were huge radio personalities, and they had a contest for who owned the weirdest thing in Indiana or something.
Nice.
I sent them a picture of the truckster, and I won. And they came and did their entire morning show from my house and catered in Thanksgiving dinner for breakfast. We had like 3 cases of Sam Adams brought in, and that was a blast. And then they used it in commercials, and they would rent it from me and pay me for it. But I didn't really have anywhere to store it, and it was a lot, and it had a lot of miles on it. It was starting to get old, and I just ended up selling it. And there was no internet back then. There was no eBay, so I just sold it to some dude for $4,000, and now it's probably worth $150,000. So
You never.
I screwed up. I wish I would have kept the truckster.
I think the best part is when he goes off the road and he goes, Dad, you must have flown that about 50 yards, and then he kind of pauses for a second. Clark goes, 50 yards.
Actually, he goes, it's nothing to be proud of, Russ.
That's right.
Then he goes, 50 yards.
50 yards.
And then he gave Russ, 16-year-old Russ, his first beer.
First beer right there on the rock.
Sure did.
Absolutely.
Moment.
Man.
That's great.
Just the fact that you had the truckster is unbelievable.
It is. It really is.
It is unbelievable. And, we would go, we would take it to the Christmas tree farm and get our Christmas tree and put it on top of the truckster and drive it home. And the funniest thing that ever happened to me with the truckster, I think, was I had a Lawn Boy lawnmower that my mom gave me, and it was like the oldest lawnmower in the history of lawnmowers. And the thing started up every time, and it was so beat up. And I had to take it in to get the blades sharpened one time, and I took it to this old man who had a little small engine shop out in the middle of nowhere in Fishers, Indiana. And I pulled up in his driveway, and he looks at that car, and he comes walking over, and he's obviously never seen the movie before. He doesn't know it's a joke. And he's like, I'll be damned, where'd you get this car? And I said, I just bought it, man. I thought it looked cool. And he goes, I've never seen something like that. That is unbelievable. What color is that? And I was like, metallic P. And he was blown away by the fact that I was driving the truckster and did not know that it was a huge joke. But
yeah,
most people, man, the smiles that thing would get. Well, one thing I can tell you is when you're driving the family truckster, you don't ever want to pick your nose or do anything shady because somebody's watching you at all times.
Everybody's looking at you all the time.
That's right.
I can't imagine driving down the highway in that thing.
I can't either.
Singing Deck the Halls. It's like you lived the movie. That's pretty incredible, that's for sure. Well, how about we'll ask you a real question, I guess. We got about a minute left. What is with your daily fantasy basketball, what is some of your strategy as far as building your lineups?
That's a good question. I mean, I prey a lot on guys who are filling in for injured players. So, tonight, Victor Wembanyama is not going to play. So that should mean Zach Collins goes for 15 points and 10 rebounds, 2 blocks and 2 threes. So I think Zach Collins would be a good cheap play tonight. Chet Holmgren has, I think, 34 points, 17 rebounds, and 15 blocks over his last 2 games. If you want to start Chet at center every night, I'm good with that. But I try to find the guys that are filling in for an injured guy or a guy like Caleb Martin who gets hot and has 3 good games in a row. He burned me last night, but generally Caleb Martin's a nice, cheap source of fantasy goodies. And then tonight at Underdog, I've got Ja Morant at over 24.5 points in his return to actual basketball. He's going to be fired up and ready to go. So I think he's going to go off. I got Zion Williamson higher than 22.5 points playing against Ja Morant. I think he's going to be fired up. And then Brandon Ingram over 21.5 points. He's been scoring 30, it seems like almost every night. So I think Brandon Ingram's a good bet to score a lot of points tonight too. So those are some of the things that I do.
And then if people want to find out about all your other stuff, I know you got the on the YouTube there, but then they need to follow you on Twitter at Doctora or Dr. A, however you want to look at it.
DOCKTORA. We got a big thing going on, that Sportstopia company
that
I told you about a while ago. The guy screwed us over and stole. He didn't pay us for any of our work. We've got a GoFundMe set up. We're doing a pot-a-thon for 24 hours on Thursday, and that's all over Twitter as well. If anybody wants to help and try to help me and my boys recoup some of the money we're owed so we can buy our kids Christmas presents, that'd be cool.
Yeah, well, that's right there on your. You're sharing that on Twitter.
It's all over Twitter. Yep.
Sweet, sounds good. Well, Dot, we're not going to be on the air next Tuesday, so it looks like we won't talk to you again until 2024. So we hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and all that good stuff.
Yes, sir.
I will turn my alarm off. I live on a setting on a very intricate set of alarms on my phone. I will turn that one off, and I will see you guys after Christmas. You guys have a great Christmas and holiday and all that, New Year's, and we'll see you next time.
All right, that's awesome. We appreciate your time, as always, every Tuesday. That's Steve Alexander, Doc A. You can follow him on Twitter at Doctora, DOCKTORA, and check out all of his great work. When we get back, we're going to jump. You want to do trivia, or you want to talk about some NFL first? What do you want to do, Liam?
Trivia.
Trivia. All right, we'll come back with some trivia. You're listening to The Inside Drive live here at ESPN Northwest Florida.
Take ESPN Northwest Florida with you everywhere you go.
Anytime, any place, anywhere.
The sports talk and live play-by-play doesn't have to end when you get out of the car. The ESPN Northwest Florida app streams your favorite sports talk hosts and the biggest games in ultra-high fidelity.
This is of utmost importance in travel.
Take the sports talk monster with you anywhere you go. Available for Android and iPhone.
Use it anywhere or any place.
Bill Bird Kia is giving you holiday savings during the season of giving back. Take your next holiday adventure in a brand new Kia. Now offering 1.9% APR up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2023 Kia Sorento. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. Bill Bird Kia is the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at Bill Bird Kia, PanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2023 Kia Sorento with $2,165 per month per 1,000 financed at 48 months. Quality is limited. No down payment required. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 1/2/24.
The sounds of is everywhere, and the cooler weather is back a little now and then. So that means it's time for a trip to that boot store to outfit the whole family in their favorite Western wear for that colder weather on the way. And if you need quality work clothes, check out the large selection of Carhartt work clothes, boots, and shoes available at that boot store, open Tuesday through Thursday, 9 till 5, and Friday and Saturday, 9 till 5:30, next to Bill Bird Kia, 15th Street in Panama City. Remember, God is good all the time.
Coming in hot.
So hot.
It'll be a hot one. Really hot. Goddamn.
The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. Live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back to the Inside Drive, live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. I don't know why Jay always takes his potty breaks right at the end of the break. We got a minute and 30 seconds in each break, except for the top 2 minutes. 2 full minutes, Liam.
And he went in the last 30.
I know. It's like leaving your running back position empty during fantasy football and when the playoffs are on the line.
Yeah, and he missed it. He was the highest person to be in there. He was most likely.
I don't know what the percentage was, but yeah, it was a interesting move that he made. That's for sure. Speaking of interesting moves, before we get into this trivia, Jay, you're a big Georgia Bulldog, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you see that one of the top prospects, quarterback prospects, announced yesterday that he decommitted from Georgia and is now heading to the University of Nebraska? Dylan Raiola.
What was his thoughts on all that? Did he? No thoughts?
He was tired of your nonsense.
Really?
Yep. Now, I think he has a connection there with Nebraska. His uncle, I believe, is the offensive line coach. But I don't know. Maybe he wants to be part of the up-and-coming rebirth of the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Could be.
And Matt Rule and all that stuff. But he did commit to Ohio State, decommitted from Ohio State, then committed to Georgia, decommitted to Georgia, and went to Nebraska. Until they step foot on that campus and enroll, then you really don't know. And I know signing day, it might be today, it might be tomorrow, but National Signing Day is coming up here imminently. That is for sure. So not congrats, but there you go. And your boy Carson Beck is returning for his senior year.
Very nice.
At Georgia. Does that make you feel good?
It does. It does. I think he's going to be a good one. He'll be NFL quality, I feel like, after this year, and we'll see where he lands.
Do you think he was NFL quality now?
Yeah, he probably has another inch or two to grow, maybe 10 or 15 more pounds, few more throws this year.
A few more throws?
Yeah, if you give him
maybe college football playoff?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, I think he's playing in the bowl game against Florida State, if I'm not mistaken. All right. You want to get this going? You start with regular trivia, and then we'll move into some sports trivia. We don't have a huge segment, so we'll see how it goes.
Go easy on me, Liam. I'm a Griffin High graduate.
Class of 98.
And go easy on me.
All right. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
You go first? All right. These are literally just a quiz that says, are you smarter than a third grader from the old WWW, the internet world. Multiple choice. What is the largest planet in our solar system?
Jupiter.
Okay. That is the correct answer. All right, Jay, the next question. What is the fastest land animal? I will give you the multiple choice should you need it.
I'll shoot from the hip here. Let's go cheetah.
Correct. All right. 1 for 1. All right. Question number 3. Jay, we'll give it back to you. How many legs does a lobster have? 10, 8, or 6?
Man. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go 6.
The correct answer is 10.
Ooh.
I would not have got that right.
I know. I wouldn't have got it right either. That was a tough one. Liam, back to you. What is the term for a baby goat?
Kid.
There you go. Did you know that one, Jay?
I don't think so.
That worked out for you then.
Has he been rehearsed on this? Or?
No. Okay. I do not. I have integrity.
Okay.
I do not
smart.
I do not give answers prior to quizzes.
All right.
All right. Back to you. What is the first animal to go into orbit? A rabbit, a cat, or a dog?
A rabbit?
It's actually a dog.
I don't even know what that means.
It goes into outer space. I actually thought it was a monkey.
Yeah, it was. It is.
Well, anyway. All right. Jay, back to you. What is the first element on the periodic table? Hydrogen, aluminum, or helium?
It's got to be hydrogen.
Correct.
Hey, all right.
Look at you.
Yes.
What's the symbol for hydrogen?
H2O,
H2O, yeah. H2O, that's the symbol for hydrogen.
Well, hydrogen is...
What is H2O, Liam?
Water.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, you should get deducted for saying that. Liam, or no, we'll go back to Jay. Who is the inventor of the telephone? Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, or Alexander Graham Bell?
I'm going to go, because there used to be something called Southern Bell, I'm going to go with Alexander Graham Bell.
That is correct.
Knew it.
He's going to know this one, too, because he is one. But what zodiac sign is represented with a lion? Do you know what I am?
A Leo?
There you go. I gave him a little bit of a hint there. I think he knew it anyway. All right, you would have got it. All right, so that's one more. You're tied 3-3. Question number 9. Back to you, Liam. How many years are in a millennium? 50, 100, or 1,000?
What's a millennium?
Well, you got to guess.
50?
No.
1,000?
No. 50, 100, or 1,000? 100's a century, right?
Yeah.
50's a half century.
Well, I just said it.
1,000 is a millennium.
That's what I just said.
I think he did say that.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I didn't get it right, though.
Okay, we won't give it to you. That's integrity. All right, Jay, last question, or not last question. What human blood type is the rarest to have? AB negative, A positive, or O positive?
Man.
A lot of people think it's O negative, but it's not.
All right, I'll go O positive then. Man.
I didn't mean to steer you in the wrong direction.
Right.
It's AB negative.
Okay.
AB negative is very uncommon. Now, I think, is it O positive or O negative you can give to everybody else or something like that? A lot of them. All right, Liam, next question, number 11. It's still 3-3. How many bones are in the human body? 104, 219, or 206?
206.
206 is correct. Did you learn that in school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, UA bringing the heat this morning.
206 pieces of heat.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Jay, who painted the Mona Lisa? Pablo Picasso, Leonardo da Vinci, or Vincent van Gogh?
Let's go. What was it again?
Who painted the Mona Lisa? Leonardo da Vinci.
For this.
Right. I've heard of somebody say something. It's a Monet, which means a fake Mona Lisa.
Monet was an impressionist painter.
Oh, okay.
And he wasn't one of the three choices.
I thought Monet was like a Mona Lisa, like Monet.
This is what I was hoping for, David. This is what I was hoping for. It's Vincent van Gogh, Pablo Picasso, or Leonardo da Vinci?
Let's go Leonardo da Vinci.
Is he correct, Liam? No, that's right.
Oh,
Leonardo da Vinci.
Oh, I thought he said, oh.
Well, he said Monet at first, but that wasn't one of the questions there.
I thought he said.
All right. He got that one. We'll give it to him. 4-4. All right, Liam, what is a fear of spiders known as? Monophobia, agoraphobia, or arachnophobia?
What was the first choice?
Monophobia.
There's a movie about it, 1988. John Goodman.
Is it monophobia?
No, it's not. Arachnophobia is the correct answer. Now, you never heard that?
No.
You've never seen arachnophobia either.
Or do you fear spiders, Liam?
No.
No.
I have trypophobia.
What is that?
It's when you have a fear of holes.
Beth had that when she was pregnant with him, which was funny.
No way.
Yeah, you know those like little pod things and stuff like that? It's a real thing.
Huh.
Fear of holes. You're not really afraid of it, though. It just gives you kind of a weird feeling.
Like just a little hole in the ground? Like a...
No. Here, he'll search it up and show you.
Okay. And what's the phobia called again?
Trypophobia.
Trypophobia.
Hey, what do y'all call getting moss these days? Did we ever figure that?
Head top?
Oh, it's called head top.
I forgot to ask him about it. He thought Garrett was saying hedgehog.
Hedgehogged them.
It's definitely head top, right?
Yeah.
All right. I think we got one more question. All right. Whose turn is it? I think it's back
on Jay.
Back to you, Jay. 4-4 currently with 2 to go.
All I'm thinking right now is that Blossom lost her job as Jeopardy host. I think you would make a great one.
Blossom?
Was that who played Blossom back in the day?
I don't think so.
No.
Didn't she win Jeopardy?
I don't know.
Wasn't she in?
She was in
with Sheldon and all that.
Yeah.
What's that show called?
Not Third Rock from the Sun.
Big Bang Theory.
The Big Bang Theory.
Yes,
Thank you, David. David would win all the trivia questions. All right, Jay. How many valves are in the human heart? This is a layup. Do you want me to give you the multiple choice?
Please.
Okay. 4, 6, or 3.
Let's go 4.
Correct. All right. We'll go to sports trivia after this one, Liam.
Steve said she was Punky Brewster.
Punky Brewster?
Punky Brewster.
Steve wouldn't. I would never go against Steve in trivia either. He knows one. Liam, last question. You got to get this one to tie it up. What are elephant tusks made out of? Amber, jade, or ivory?
Amber?
No, buddy.
I don't know.
Ivory. White ivory. It's all right. You'll get them in the sports. All right. How much time we got left? About a minute.
What's the score right now?
4 to 5 to 4. You.
Okay.
Yes,
right.
with your heart valve. 4 of them. 4 chambers.
Okay.
Can you name them?
There's no way. Give me 2. Can you name 2?
Isn't there like an aortic chamber or something like that? There's the main chamber. Got to keep your heart healthy.
Yes.
Got to exercise.
Yeah.
Did you have any lessons this morning?
We did the Florida Golf Therapy Alliance.
Oh, that's right.
This morning, and it was cold, but we had like 10 or 11, people show up, and it was great.
That's
good.
Awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome. Did you find the trypophobia for Jay yet?
The fear of holes.
It's like pods. It's like the fear of like pods and stuff like that. You'll recognize it once you see it.
Are you kidding me right now? So I'm looking at a hand that looks like 100 ant bites have created.
So you get that when you see holes?
No. It's like see the pod thing above it, not the hand thing, but like a lot of people are afraid of like that's something in that. And it's weird because when Beth was pregnant with Liam, she couldn't stand that, and now he in turn kind of has it a little bit as well. So,
man, you couldn't be a running back.
Yeah,
because you got to hit the holes.
You got to find the holes.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. The fear of holes. Don't be afraid of them.
Oh, like that is a beehive. So if you're looking at all those holes that you just don't like.
I don't really care for beehives. I just don't like holes in like your hand or skin.
Oh.
It's not very common though. You ever seen anybody with that? I haven't.
I haven't either.
All right, let's go to break. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back. The score is 5-4.
ESPN Northwest Florida has the real local fishing report. Hi, this is Tim from Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle. Join me every Friday at 4:20 during the afternoon Underdogs. It's accurate, detailed content from local anglers, plus fishing updates on Saturday and Sunday morning right when you hit the water. Advice and stories from local anglers. Tune into the Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle Fishing Report, exclusively on ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Tuesday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, clear skies and a high of 53 with a brisk wind around 10 miles per hour coming out of the north-northeast. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 37. Tomorrow, a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, partly cloudy and a high around 56. For Thursday, some sun and a high of 61. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Bill Bird Kia is giving you holiday savings during the season of giving back. Take your next holiday adventure in a brand new Kia. Now offering 1.9% APR up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2023 Kia Sorento. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. Bill Bird Kia is the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at Bill Bird Kia, PanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2023 Kia Sorento with $2,165 per month per $1,000 financed at 48 months. Quantities limited. No down payment required. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 1/2/24.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. ESPN Northwest Florida. For the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey and Jay Henley.
This man is destroying golf.
Broadcasting live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios.
You may be right, but our ratings are up and we're attracting new youthful sponsors.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Sky rockets in flight. Afternoon delight.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Is that Jay's fear? Is that the fear of losing your phone?
Yeah.
There's a real phobia for that?
Yeah.
Nomophobia.
No phonophobia.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it sounds like there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, Liam, when we were in Jacksonville, Jay was panicking and had called us from Steve Wiley's phone while we were chilling, eating some dinner, trying to get his life back together. He figured it out, though.
My business has ran through it. It's everything in this world is good and bad. Like, it's good that you can run your business from it. It's bad that people can, get in touch with you 24/7.
24/7.
Yep.
Those 2 a.m. lessons are important.
Oh yeah.
Got to make sure you get your reps in there.
That's right,
for sure.
That's right.
David, did you see the famous Toastery Bowl? That exciting ending there?
I watched it while we were doing the show.
While you were live on the air. As I mentioned when you guys were getting things going, we're tied with the Coach James Hale show 5-3. As we picked Old Dominion and they picked Western Kentucky. And Old Dominion, Jay, was up 28-0 with 8 minutes left in the second quarter. They were up 35-14 as the fourth quarter got going. And then Western Kentucky, not to be confused with the Headtoppers, the Hilltoppers tied it up with 19 seconds left and went on to win it in overtime. Pretty exciting bowl game for a Monday.
Yes, sir.
You thought the Monarchs were going to get it done.
Yeah.
They were close. They should have. They just took their foot off the gas, and things changed. That's for sure. Interesting, too. I don't know if you saw yesterday, Jay, that Dante Moore has committed to Oregon as well from the transfer portal, meaning that Oregon now has Dante Moore and Dylan Gabriel both potentially committed to be there at Oregon.
Where was Dante Moore before?
He wasn't the starter. Was he the starter? Yeah, he was the starter at UCLA.
Okay.
Yep, but he's the second highest rated quarterback according to the composite rating on 24/7 Sports coming out of high school. Yep. There you go. Little fun fact.
Oregon Ducks.
You still got Carson Beck.
Still got him next year.
There you go.
It's going to be a tough schedule next year compared to this one. That is
one of the things that, before we get back into the trivia, I want to see if you guys could guess. I don't know, maybe. Anyway, the 9 longest active playoff droughts, the teams that have the longest active playoff droughts in professional sports. It was tied for first, but as of them getting eliminated from the playoffs this past week, the New York Jets have not made the playoffs in 13 seasons. They now own the first place in that. Last playoff appearance was back in 2010.
Ooh.
Do you remember Mark Sanchez?
I do remember that name.
They went to back-to-back AFC championships, which was pretty wild. Tied for first until this week. The Buffalo Sabres lead the NHL with 12 seasons not making the playoffs. 2010, 2011 was the last season they made the playoffs. The Detroit Tigers haven't made the playoffs in 9 seasons. Their last appearance was back there in 2014. The Los Angeles Angels were hoping to get the drought done with Shohei, but it didn't happen. 9 seasons as well for the Angels, dating back to 2014. Kansas City Royals' last appearance was in 2015. 2015 was 8 seasons ago. That's wild.
That is wild.
They're tied with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Both last playoff appearance was in 2015. Charlotte Hornets haven't made the playoffs since 2015-16 season, as well as the Detroit Red Wings and the Denver Broncos. Why do you think there's so many baseball teams on there, Jay?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, it seems like the Red Sox have kind of went through a little slump for a bit, huh? But they didn't make that?
They're not in the top 5 longest droughts currently in professional sports.
Yeah. So a lot of baseball teams is what you're seeing.
There's 9 on this list, and there's 1 football, 1 hockey, 1, 2, 3, 4 baseball teams out of the 9.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 hockey teams, 2 football teams, and 1 basketball team. Why do you think baseball?
Good question. I mean, Kansas City, I mean, that I can't believe that has been 8 seasons ago. Kansas City was one of those that wasn't good at, they were good in the 80s with George Brett and all that, but I mean, good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Me neither. You think it's because it's harder to make the playoffs in baseball because the seasons are so long?
Could be. That's potentially.
Yeah. You can say that about anything. All right, you want to jump back into some trivia? Sports trivia this time. I've got easy, medium, and difficult. These aren't multiple choice, so you've got to get them right. All right, what do you want to start with? Easy, medium, or difficult? I'll tell you what, I'll give you 1 point for the easy, 2 points for the medium, and 3 points for the difficult.
Medium.
You want to start with medium? All right, these aren't multiple choice. Whew, the first one is a good choice. How long is a marathon?
Wait.
You got this?
Does it have to be like exact point?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
no.
You got this. He knows this one, I know, because we talked about the Panama City Beach Marathon.
It's either 24 or 26.
I tell you what, I'll give you a hint. Can I give him a hint?
Sure.
Half marathon is 13.1.
There you go.
Oh, 26.4?
2. 1 plus 1. That's all right. You didn't get that one.
No, he did.
No.
He got it. No, seriously.
No, he didn't get it.
No? All right.
Do you want the gift from him or no?
No.
No? That's right. You got to win, right? All right. Jay, easy, medium, or difficult?
Let's go difficult for 3 points.
For 3 points. The first question, I'm just going right in order. How many sports were included in the 2008 Summer Olympics?
God.
why it's worth 3 points.
Yeah. How many sports
were included in the 2008 Summer Olympics?
I mean, this is
I would just be guessing as a shot in the dark.
Yeah, I'll go 34.
Ooh, you weren't that far off.
Really?
The correct answer is 28. All right, back to you, Liam. Remember, you're down 5-4 in the competition, and neither one of you have gotten one yet. What do you want?
Easy.
You want to go easy? Okay. Yeah, these are super easy. What does how many bases are there on a baseball field?
4.
Correct. All right, Jay, where do you want to live?
Let's go easy. I got to get a point here.
All right. What does the NBA stand for?
National Basketball Association.
Correct.
Sweet.
6-5. Where do you want to go?
The smartest man alive.
Let's go medium.
Medium. How many players are on a baseball team?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait.
Let's go through it.
You're talking
to the mic.
Yeah.
Right field, center field, left field,
Okay. I'll keep track of them for you.
first base, second base, shortstop, third base, pitcher, catcher.
I don't know what kind of fingers he's holding.
Sorry. There you go. There
Okay,
you go.
that's a little better.
9.
There you go. That is correct. We worked through that with some critical thinking. All right. That was was that a medium?
Yeah, that was a medium.
That was a medium.
Uh-oh.
That's 2 points. 7-6. Your turn, Jay.
And I'm losing. All right, let's go 2 points, Alex.
2 points. For 2 points, what 5 colors make up the Olympic rings?
How many colors?
Yes. What 5 colors make up the Olympic rings?
Red, yellow, orange. Dang.
You want to give him a second try? No. Okay. Cutthroat. I thought he was going to say yes. That's why I asked him.
Yeah.
The correct answer is blue, yellow, black, green, and red. All right. Whose turn? Your turn. What are you going?
Medium.
Medium. All right. What is the only sport to be played on the moon?
This should be in the difficult spot.
Yeah. For your age, you probably didn't see or seen footage of it or anything. Jay would know this one off the top.
1969, we landed on the moon.
Think about it critically. What could you do on the moon? You're not playing football. You're not playing baseball. You're not playing basketball.
Maybe something that could jump.
No, it has nothing to do with jumping. What are we doing after this? That was a huge hint.
That just
Yeah, say it.
gave it away. Golf.
Yes, golf is the only... I'm just going to give you 1 for that one.
No, that doesn't count. You gave
Okay,
it.
all right. I'll take it off there. Honesty.
I wouldn't have got it.
I know. Jay would have got it right off the get-go, right?
Maybe.
Maybe?
I don't know.
You'd remember that.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Was it Neil that hit the golf shot?
I think so.
Okay, because Bud has had to stay in the capsule.
Yep. We have not been back to the moon since, have we?
I don't think so.
It's bizarre. That's for another day.
Did it really happen?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, where are you going? Where are you going? We didn't count that. It's 7-6 still, and it's back to you.
Mama always said, go big or go home. I'm going big. 3 points, Alex.
3 points. Okay. You should be able to get this one, given what we talk about on the show. What 3 horse races make up the Triple Crown?
Oh, boy. I need to phone a friend. I need to call Alan, our friend, or Steve.
Yeah.
I need to call Steve.
Steve's going to be disappointed.
I bet if I kind of called a timeout here, I bet I could get a text here in the next few seconds. All right, so Kentucky Derby.
That's 1. This is like the easiest difficult question.
The Belmont Stakes?
Yep, that's 2.
That's 2.
Yep.
And Kentucky Derby, Belmont Stakes. And am I missing the trio, the third one, the final one?
I think you're missing the middle one.
The middle one?
Yeah.
Kentucky,
it's in
Belmont.
Maryland. That's a big hint.
That does not help at all. I got a punt.
All right, he's punting. Liam, for an additional point, do you know the other leg of the Triple Crown? He said the Kentucky Derby, the Belmont Stakes, and I don't think you would ever know this, but I'm just seeing if you can steal a point.
I'm okay with giving him the first letter.
P.
Oh, that's still disgusting.
That's the Preakness. All right. Okay. Moving right along so we don't burn too much time here. All right. Your turn.
Difficult.
Ooh. Think, my boy. Think, my boy. You got this. What team scored the most points in a Super Bowl?
Patriots?
No. I was saying think, my boy. Think with your heart. The San Francisco 49ers in Super Bowl 29. I don't know how many it was, but they do. All right, Jay, back to you.
27.
All right.
Patriots was a good guess, though, because they've won so many Super Bowls.
It's 4th down, 2 minutes left in the game. It's tied. I'm on the 30-yard line. I'm going for the field goal. 3 points.
3 points. Yeah. All right. What is the only country to play in every World Cup? This is actually really easy.
You're kicking me in all my weak spots.
I'm just reading them in order. That's all.
I got a lot of weak spots.
Hey, if you don't, he gets a shot at it if you don't. But it's only worth 1 point on the second.
Repeat the question.
What is the only country to play in every World Cup?
Let's go. God, it's got to be in Europe. I mean, let's go England.
No, Liam, for 1 point. Every World Cup. So that goes back into history. Had one of the best players to ever play soccer.
Is it France?
No.
Man.
If it's in South America.
I already guessed.
I know, but I'm seeing if you know now.
I got a listener that just helped me out.
Just actually Brazil. Yeah, it's pretty easy. It was a layup.
Oh, Brazil.
Yep, Brazil. All right, next, Liam, you choose.
Let's go medium.
Medium. All right, back up. All right, yeah, you just stole 2 points. What is it called when a bowler makes 3 strikes in a row?
Triple bagger?
No, that's a 4-bagger.
Oh.
I thought you'd know it. It's okay. It's a turkey.
I don't.
All right, Jay, back to you. I heard David.
I thought I heard him.
Yeah, back there.
Gobble, gobble.
We'll gobble.
3. Let's go 3 points.
Staying in that 3-point lane.
Yep.
Yeah, good luck. How long is a free skate in figure skating?
How long is a free skate in figure skating?
And we'll do it for men because it's different between men and women.
Let's go 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
Close. 4 minutes and 30 seconds. 4 minutes for women. Yeah, I would have never known that. That just would have been a pure guess. All right, where are you going? Medium, difficult, or right now it's 7-6. You got a 1 point lead.
Oh. I'll go 2.
Go for a 2 spot there. Where are we here? Medium. Okay. It says pro. All right, baseball team, moon. Okay. In which sport was Muhammad Ali popular?
Oh, boxing.
Correct.
Wow, good job.
Correct. All right, Jay. Where are you going?
Let's go. These 3s aren't working out. Let's go for safety.
Now do the 3.
All right, let's go 3.
How old was Tiger Woods when he won the Masters?
Oh! So he won.
That was the next question.
He won it in 97. I want to say he's 5 years older than me.
Sorry, that's a medium one. My bad. Oh. Do you want to do that one and take the 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say he was...
This is the most lenient trivia contest ever.
Definitely.
21?
Yeah, that is correct.
21?
21. He was 21 when he won the Masters.
19 plus 3.
All right, let's throw David Hayes in there for one, just for fun.
Real quick, though, Right State Chris texted in. He says, where do y'all stand on this? Do you consider there to be 3 bases and 1 plate in baseball, or do you consider all of them to be bases?
See, I would say 3 bases and 1 plate.
Me too.
4 bases. It's all the same, right? What's the difference?
It's just one's called home plate. That's all. First base, second base, third base. What if they called it 4th base? The history of time would be in, 4th base.
Makes sense.
It's all done.
Search it up.
No, it's
4th base.
They're 4 bases. Just one's called home plate. All right, whose turn is it? No, we'll get David Hayes in a trivia question here.
Oh, boy.
Where do you want to go? Easy, medium?
How many do I need to catch up?
Liam is at 9. Jay's at 8.
So I need 3 hard ones to...
Yeah.
All right, let's go hard.
What is the diameter of a basketball hoop in inches?
Oh, man, we had when Bradley Stanford, I believe, one of the people on that year. Oh, 33 and...
Diameter, not circumference.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened to me, is I said the diameter, not the circumference, and it wasn't even close.
I'll say 13 and a half inches.
18. 18.
I would have been close.
What would you have said?
I would have said like 20 or something.
Yeah. It's not that big.
No cigar.
No cigar. Close, but no cigar. All right. Is it your turn?
Yes.
Okay, because he got the 21. All right, what are you going?
Hard.
Hard? All right.
Difficult.
All right.
What you call it.
What was banned in basketball from 1967 to 1976?
Well, I know football was stick 'em, but
It's weird.
Headbands?
No.
That's a great guess.
That
was a
soccer,
good guess.
wasn't it?
I don't know. Slam dunks were banned during that time period. Yeah, I had no idea.
Me neither.
I think in soccer it was when they banned headbands.
Okay.
Yeah, it was in soccer.
Good thing I didn't ask that question. All right, Jay, it's your turn.
Let's go 2 points.
2 points. All right. Oh, Liam, that was a 2-pointer. That's my bad. All right. Wow. In what sport are the terms stalefish and mule kick used?
Gosh.
David Hayes knows this one.
Soccer?
Hey, boys, stalefish into the back of the net.
Yeah. There's a real mule kick out there at the half pitch. David, you know that one?
Snowboarding.
Snowboarding is the correct answer. That's 2 points for David Hayes. All right, Liam, back to you. We got 2 minutes left in our trivia contest, and we're going to talk about some real sports. A 2-pointer. All right. We may be at... Okay. No, I didn't. I missed this one. What type of race is the Tour de France? Your grandfather would be really disappointed if you don't know this. He watches it all the time.
What? What did you
Think
say?
Shrek.
What type of race is the Tour de France?
Tour de France?
Tour de France, yes.
My grandfather watches it?
Yeah, Ducky watches it religiously when it's on.
Probably even have one.
Oh, wait. Is it...
Is it at the tip of your tongue? The person who's leading wears a yellow jersey.
Is it biking?
That is correct.
Let's go.
Let's go. You got it. You manifested it. All right, you're at 10. Jay.
No, I'm at 11.
Oh, yeah, you are 11.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
Oh, and I'm at 8.
You are at 8. He is at 11.
Oh, boy.
This is the final question. You have to take a 3-pointer.
Yeah, I do.
All right, 3-pointer. All right, I'm going to try to make one that's not too bad for you. Who was the first president to throw out a ceremonial pitch at a Major League Baseball game?
Oh, boy.
I'll give you 2 chances. Not on this question, but I'll read you another question if you get this one wrong.
And you have 2 presidents with the same last name.
It's not them.
Oh, it's not them?
Nope.
Oh.
There's no way in heck.
I will go with the same president that invented the vacuum cleaner, and I'll say Herbert Hoover.
Did he invent the vacuum cleaner? I don't think that's true. No,
I doubt it. But no. Let me guess.
Okay.
Dwight D. Eisenhower.
No. You guys are in the right era.
Harry Truman.
No, it's probably a name you don't think of as a president.
Rutherford B. Hayes.
Hamilton.
No. William Howard Taft.
Oh,
right on the tip of y'all's tongue.
Yeah, dude, that was like going to be my 5th guess coming up.
There you go. Sorry, Jay. This is your one chance. You get one more opportunity here.
Do not miss your chance.
Do not screw it up. What did Eminem say, Liam?
It's opportunity.
Yeah.
It comes once in a lifetime.
You can capture it or what?
Or just let it slip.
Hopefully Jay doesn't let it slip. The Borg Warner Trophy is awarded to the winner of which race? The
what trophy?
Borg Warner Trophy is awarded to the winner of which race?
I don't know.
Race. It's a race.
Indianapolis 500.
Holy crap, he got it right.
my way.
Right there. The Indianapolis 500 is the correct answer. We have a tie.
I was going to guess some type of yacht race or something.
Yeah. Hey, look at you. Hey, just goes to show. You can BS your way through life and be very successful. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back.
Mornings on ESPN Northwest Florida just got unsportsmanlike.
If there's multiple urinals, do not go next to me.
Yeah, that's a problem.
If there's 5 urinals, 1, 3, and 5. Then you fill in 2 and 4. Where do you go if you're the first one in? I go to 5.
I go all the way at the end.
The 5.
All the way to the end.
Then the next person has to go to 1. The next person 3. Then you go 2 and 4.
There's a certain level of etiquette that you have
100%.
at the urinal. Yeah.
Absolutely
There's
correct.
a workflow here.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle. Weekdays 5 to 7 on ESPN Northwest
This
Florida.
is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Tuesday afternoon. The rest of the day, clear skies and 53 with a brisk wind at 10 miles per hour coming out of the north-northeast. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 37. Tomorrow, a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, partly cloudy and a high around 56. For Thursday, some sun and a high of 61. This weather forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumberyard in Panama City. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
And now the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey.
We're going to have a talk. Tell me what you know.
Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios.
It's a frantic noise.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back, Jay Henley. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. You're a big Victor Hovland fan, right?
I am.
You love that guy.
Yes.
You pick him in a lot of stuff. He's a jolly fella, happy dude. He's a PGA Tour member, but he had some comments that came out as, people were asking him some questions about the LIV, the PGA, the situation. He said, I don't think their product is great, he said, of LIV. For example, this was all, he was talking in Norwegian, I think, in Norwegian, so they had to translate it a little bit. For example, I'm not a fan of playing without a cut. You need competition with 150 players and a cut. If you don't play well enough, you're out. There is something about it that makes your game a little sharper. If I had gone to LIV, I don't think I'd become a better golfer.
Victor, thank you for those comments.
Let's continue. Victor Hovland said that was the end of the discussion, but it wasn't really. The reason he considered LIV in the first place, Hovland said, is because what he considered of the PGA Tour mismanagement a damn bad job. To be clear, I'm not complaining about the position I am. I'm very grateful for everything, but the management has not done a good job, Hovland said. They almost see the players as labor and not part of the membership. After all, we are the PGA Tour. Without the players, they are nothing. When you get to see what happens behind closed doors, how the management actually makes decisions which are not in the players' best interest, but best for themselves and what they think is best, they are businessmen who say, no, it should look like this and that. There is a great deal of arrogance behind it all. What do you think of Victor's comments there?
I like Victor's comments on that. I think there's a lot of truth to it. They're just buying out people, and I don't think this is going to have I think this ending is going to happen at some point in 2024. I say an ending. There's going to be some resolution, if you will.
So the deadline's coming up the 31st of this month. And as I had mentioned, there's a lot of billionaire investors getting involved with that Strategic Sports Group, which is a team that includes Tom Werner, John Henry of the Boston Red Sox, Steve Cohen of the New York Mets, Arthur Blank of the Atlanta Falcons, and Wyke Grousbeck of the Boston Celtics. They're all getting involved as well to invest in the potential whatever this merger looks like. One thing I wanted to get to, and I don't know if you saw it at all, Jay, is Tiger Woods may not be wearing the swoosh anymore. Did you hear about that?
I did not.
He said word on the this all came out during the PNC Championship. Word on the Orlando street seemed to be that this could be Tiger Woods' final week as a Nike golf athlete. How strange is that? Woods used to wear Nike shoes and head-to-toe clothing while playing Nike clubs and Nike balls. Even now, after the discontinuation of their hard goods line, we've gotten so used to the swoosh on his shirt, it's hard to picture Tiger wearing anything else. You know, he was wearing FootJoy shoes now. He's been with TaylorMade for a couple of years. What do you think about Tiger not wearing the swoosh anymore?
Not good for Nike. I can tell you that.
It's funny you should say that. What do you think the top 10 brands are in the world, sportswear brands? What's the number one brand, Liam?
Nike?
Correct. We're talking about it. Nike is worth, currently, the revenue is $46.71 billion. Who's number 2 in the top brands in the world? Everybody take a guess.
Adidas?
Correct. Number 2. Adidas is the second brand. They're pretty far behind Nike at $24.56 billion in revenue. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if Tiger leaves. I mean, Tiger arguably did the same thing that Michael Jordan did for Nike. All right, number 3. I don't know if you guys will get this one or not. Give you a hint. Ricky Fowler.
I knew it. I was going to get it.
Okay, then say it.
Puma.
Puma is the third. How do you know so much about these brands?
No kidding.
I would have got it.
You got it. You win the trivia. $7.48 billion. Number 4. Very popular brand with the ladies.
I was going to say Under Armour.
Nope. Under Armour is number 5. Number 4, a little surprising. They're a Canadian company.
On Clouds?
No. That's
They're
just
probably not even in the top 10.
No, they're not. Think about, what leggings do. It's a huge...
Lululemon.
Bingo. Number 4, $7.06 billion. Under Armour, Jay, is number 5. Number 6, picture the white shoe and the white tube socks on the guy with his standing around with his shirt tucked in, older gentleman, white shoes. Rydell. What'd you say?
Jordans?
No, that's Nike.
Oh, same thing.
New Balance. Sorry, I was trying to picture the white shoe with the blue N on it, the tube socks rolled up, and the khaki shorts.
New Balance?
Yeah.
New Balance kind of suck.
Yeah.
I had a pair of them.
Not a big fan of the old New Balance. Sorry, New Balance, for the bad PR here.
If you had to rep, though, seriously, like football and all that kind of stuff, who would you rep? Who would you go with? Like, I'm trying to get into a brain of a 9-year-old here.
Probably Nike.
Nike? And when you think of Nike, who do you think about? I mean, who do you think about?
I just think about Michael Jordan, because Jordan's the shoe. Jordans are Nikes.
Yeah, right.
So when I think of Jordan, I think of Michael Jordan.
I got you. So when you think of the Nike swoosh, you think of Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Is there anybody else, like when you see that Nike swoosh, like what are some things that you think about when you see, like anything you think about? Athlete. I mean, just name them.
I just think, I don't really know. I just think.
Are you trying to get him to say Tiger Woods?
Well, no, I'm just curious.
Who do you think of when you say Nike? Take Tiger and Jordan off it.
I mean, just all kind. I mean, athlete, greatness.
Just do it.
Yeah, just
Oregon.
Yep.
Number 8 is didn't know they were still kicking around. Fila.
Ooh,
remember Fila?
Yeah.
$3.25 billion. It's enjoyed a resurgence in the recent years, mainly due to its retro apparel. Originally founded in Italy. Number 9. It's another shoe. We actually carry them in the golf shop now.
7?
What's that?
Did we skip 7?
Did we skip 7? I don't know. No, 7 was Columbia. We skipped over that fairly quickly. Number 8 was Fila. Number 9, we carry them new in the golf shop. Asics. Number 9. And rounding out the top 10.
Give us a hint.
Greg Norman.
No way.
I don't even know who that is.
It's not Greg Norman apparel or anything like that, but you remember in the outlets back in the day, it was the Greg Norman store, and you got it?
I don't know.
What?
The number 10 spot.
Greg Norman.
No, it's not Greg Norman.
Oh.
That's what I just said.
Oh.
It's not Greg Norman, but you remember the outlets back in the day that you had the Greg Norman and this company were in the same store together?
Man, I don't.
I'm going to toss it up to David Hayes. Maybe he knows. This is number 10 on the list that used to be with the Greg Norman stores in the outlet malls. No, not Ashworth. It's a larger company.
Sharks something.
No, it's not. You guys, I'm probably doing a bad job of explaining
another hint?
it. It's a tough one. It's got 2 E's in the word. Reebok.
Oh, Reebok? I had no idea he had any.
Yeah, so back in the day, like the Greg Norman and Reebok, like were doing like stores together, and that's why I said it was a terrible hit. But yeah, Reebok rounding out that top 10. But getting back to the whole beginning of this, it's just going to be weird if Tiger is not wearing a swoosh anymore.
Yeah,
you know, his son Charlie's wearing Grayson apparel, and Tiger's made these moves to all these other different things. But
do you think Charlie Woods would be like how Tiger Woods was like a couple of years ago and stuff?
It's going to be tough. It's tough to follow in your dad or mom's footsteps when when he's arguably one of the best people to ever play the game of golf in the history of time. I think he's going to do well, and I think he's going to have a lot of press following him. But to do what his dad did, I don't know. What do you think, Jay? Good question, Liam.
That's going to be tough. I mean, think about some of the folks that we've had this discussion at Father's Day. You remember at Father's Day we talked about this. I keep going back to NASCAR, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. was nothing like Dale Earnhardt on the racetrack. Didn't have that.
You're always going to be compared to your dad or your mom when it comes to the sport, and that's a tough shadow to live in.
Yeah,
because you're always going to be judged on what they did, not necessarily what you did.
Right.
But I think he's going to do well. I mean, he's only a freshman in high school. He's hitting the ball a mile.
He's pretty small too for a high schooler.
Well, he's a freshman.
Yeah, I mean that's the lowest.
I mean, he cranked 323 or something like that.
He did.
In that tournament.
Not too long ago, but he hit his first birdie. No, it was first eagle. I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
He said it was like 2-3 months ago.
You a big Charlie Woods fan?
No, I don't really.
Who's your favorite professional golfer?
Ricky Fowler.
Ricky Fowler. Why is that?
I don't know. I just like him.
Jay's is Victor Hovland.
Yeah.
Is it your favorite? Who's your favorite golfer?
Man, I just don't really have one. I mean, Victor would be probably one that I just really like, and especially those comments that you gave earlier. He's definitely up on my.
No, he's criticizing both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah,
kind of walking that line, so to speak.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, back to that whole father-son thing. I hope Charlie does get at least 15. You know, if he gets the opportunity. I mean, to have just one major, he's got to win 15 of them.
He's got to get on the tour first.
He's got to get on the tour.
And what's the tour going to look like in 10 years? Well, I mean, not 10 years, but 6 or 7 years. Is he going to go to high school? I mean, where's he going to go to college? What's that going to look like? There's so many things. He's so young still. But.
And that's the thing that we can debate, though, is let's just say that LIV continues on like this. I mean, does these major championships, man, I hate to even say it. I mean, the 15 majors, does that even become null and void?
No, because I think what's going to happen, I think they're going to change it so everybody will be eligible in one way, shape, or form for these majors. And they'll get back to the World Golf Rankings, and they'll somehow get the LIV Tour to be involved in those World Golf Rankings. And I think that's going to come out in part of this merger. You're still going to have PGA Tour and LIV Tour. But the whole, hey, you're not eligible for majors anymore is going to go out the window, in my opinion.
Gotcha.
So I think that won't null and void the majors. I still think, the records, there's some records out there that'll never be broken. I think Jack Nicklaus's major record will never be broken.
Yeah.
I just think golf is too competitive nowadays.
It is.
All right, Liam. National Championship. We got the playoff games coming up on January 1st, which really isn't that far away. I think it's 13 days from now. I want to get your thoughts on who you think is going to win these two games. All right. The first one at 5 p.m. Eastern Times, 4 p.m. in the Central Time Zone. The Rose Bowl out there in California. You got Michigan versus Alabama. Who's going to win that one?
My gut tells me Michigan.
Your gut tells you Michigan. What's your head tell you?
Michigan.
Okay, so both. Jay, what do you think?
Michigan.
Even though we picked Alabama in our bowl pick.
Yeah.
Still, you're thinking Michigan?
Oh, I just threw that out there.
We know. All right.
Alabama. I go Alabama.
All right. So Michigan. All right. Washington and Texas. Who's winning that one?
Texas.
Texas. So you got Michigan and Texas in the national championship. Who's winning that?
Michigan.
Michigan goes on to win the national championship.
Wait, didn't Texas beat Alabama?
They did in the regular season, yeah.
Yeah. Michigan.
Michigan. Okay. Interesting. We'll see if it comes to fruition.
I want to see this Texas-Alabama matchup again.
In the national championship?
Yeah, I really
I think that's what all ESPN wants, too.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Or whoever's broadcasting it. Yeah, it's ESPN. I think everything's ESPN at this point.
If you can meet one golfer who, in the whole entire world, dead or alive, who would you want to meet?
Arnold Palmer.
Are you talking about a famous golfer?
Dead or alive.
Oh, you're going to meet a non-famous golfer?
Right.
Strange comment.
Yeah, Tiger Woods for me. I'd love to hang out with Tiger.
You can ask David. Be interesting to get his perspective because he's not he's not been in golf like we have. Ask him.
If you could meet any golfer, dead or alive, who would you meet?
That's a really interesting question.
Especially since you threw the dead in there.
Yeah. Man. As far as meeting goes, like I couldn't see me like wanting to meet Tiger Woods. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing there that I've ever been like, oh man, it would be so cool to meet Tiger, because I really don't have affinity for a lot of these guys. When I was your age, I looked up to all of them. You know what I mean? And then as I grew up, it's like we all put our pants on the same way. I can do anything that you can do. We just don't have the same talents and abilities. You know what I mean? So I would like to, if I were to have a meeting like that, I would want it to be a meeting that is going to benefit me in some way moving forward, conversationally speaking. So I would try to go back and look to see who the most impactful golfers were outside of the game of golf. And so it would have to be either Ben Hogan, Jack Nicklaus, or Arnold Palmer.
That's an answer. I went with Arnie.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to rephrase your question. Who would you like to play golf with, dead or alive?
Probably still Ricky Fowler.
Yeah.
He's my favorite.
Jay?
Bill Murray for the laughs.
Like it.
Tiger for the just to see his golf swing. Yeah.
There you go.
And I don't know. I mean, is this a foursome or just...
No. Just ask one person.
I got you. Yeah, it'd have to be Bill and Tiger.
That's two.
Just the best of both worlds for both of them.
Yeah. Celebrity and professional golfer.
You get a good combination there. Man, if I could play golf with one feller. You know what I'm going to go with? I'm going to go with Old School. I never played golf with him.
Oh.
Yeah. I think a round with Old School would be cool. He was the guy who used to do the show with us.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So most of the listeners know Old School. If I got to go professional golfer, though, let's go. I mean, Adam Sandler would be a good one, but I'm going to stick in the world of regular golf and say I think Jack Nicklaus would be the answer. Yeah. Because you could also pick his head on like the design, just like you could with any other golfer who's had some prominence.
But ton of golf courses, that's for sure.
And what that process looks like.
Who would you want to play with?
I'm going to throw Phil Mickelson out there because I'd like to bet against him and see what happened.
That's a good
Didn't
one.
expect that, did you? Good question, though, to get the conversation going. All right, we only got a minute, but I'm going to put the question out there. Professional football player. Who would you like to meet or who would you like to play with? Or both?
Does it have to be alive or dead?
Dead or alive?
Has to be dead.
From the grave.
Probably Joe Montana.
Hold that thought. He's alive. Hold that thought. We're going to go ahead and take our break. When we get back, I want to hear your answer. Then we're going to get you guys a little statistics and see if you and Jay can figure out who's leading some of these major categories. You're listening to The Inside Drive. Liam's hanging out with us today, doing some trivia, having some fun on this Tuesday afternoon. We'll be right back.
Woo!
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're taking the Inside Drive.
Collectives and all that stuff. The Utah men's basketball, women's basketball, and gymnastic team all got new cars through the Utah Crimson Collective. Earlier this season, the Utah football team received new trucks. They basically get leases, paid for leases, that they will have choice of vehicles.
Join Ryan Mulvey.
Thank you very little.
Middays 11 to 1 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle, this is Tim.
Do y'all sell bait?
Yes, we seasonally stock live shrimp, live bull minnows, live sand fleas, live fiddler crabs, earthworms, night crawlers, crickets. We also stock frozen shrimp, sand fleas, mullets, squid, pre-rigged ballyhoo, bonita, stingray, cigar minnows, Boston mackerel, Spanish mackerel, and a few other miscellaneous baits. It's worth the drive to buy premium locally sourced bait from Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle, located directly off Highway 98 on the west end of Panama City Beach.
As a realtor, it's important who you choose as your title company. May we suggest South Oak Title? Their offices are modern, comfortable, and state-of-the-art. South Oak Title can close transactions in any location in Florida, Alabama, and Tennessee. Their free mobile app allows realtors to deliver a net sheet in seconds. They provide mobile closing services to accommodate buyers and sellers. Their offices are beautifully decorated, state-of-the-art, complete, safe, and secure. South Oak Title, creating a better title and closing experience through technology and tailored service. Visit them online at southoaktitle.com.
Bestway Portable Buildings has been your portable building specialist since 1989. Before you invest your hard-earned money someplace else, owner Jason Mulder invites you to stop by Bestway and get a quote on just about any size building. And whether you buy with Bestway or not, it's worth the trip just to meet Bestway Buddy. Say hello, buddy. Good boy. Bestway Portable Buildings, just north of Harts Marine on 231, and online at bestwayportablebuildings.com. The best in portable, period. Tell them Buddy sent ya.
The only place to get sports betting coverage on the radio. Is this legal? Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios. It's the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey on ESPN Northwest Florida.
That's the Inside Drive live here in the Bill Kramer GM thingamajigger.
There you go. You didn't have to hit the GM. Just right here on the Inside Drive. Good job.
Good job, Lee.
All right. We've been hanging out all day just talking about some fun stuff. There's a big bowl game coming up today, I believe. You've got the, what's today? Today is the 19th. You've got University of Texas San Antonio versus Marshall. And that one's going to be right on ESPN. And we picked UTSA, Jay. So did they. So no change after today, regardless of the outcome of the competition between the Inside Drive and the Coach James Hale Show. All right, Liam, we'll go back to your question. It was a good question about golf. I'm going to throw it back to you at football. Who would you like to meet, NFL football player-wise, dead or alive?
I would probably say Joe Montana to play with George Kittle.
Ooh, there you go. Jay?
I'm going way out on a limb here because Dad got a chance to meet Bart Starr back in the day.
Oh, yeah, Bart Starr.
And,
played at Alabama, right?
Yeah, from Birmingham. He passed away a couple years ago.
Green Bay Packers.
The Ice Bowl. He 2 Super Bowl champions.
Yep.
But he played in the Ice Bowl up in Green Bay in 1967, 13 degrees below zero with a wind chill of 36 degrees below zero.
Whew.
And
but that football was hard.
Oh my gosh! And brought the Packers to a championship.
So, speaking of the ball being like rock solid, so last year we had a flag football game. It was freezing. So they had a real leather ball. It was really hard, and then it was really cold. Ball was hard as a rock, and it was really hard.
Yeah.
To throw.
Oh, I bet.
And then we lost the game because they had our team was just not.
Saturdays are just not our thing.
Yeah.
When it comes to playing flag football, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bart Starr.
Bart Starr.
That's
Bart
cool.
Starr. That's cool, man. That's cool.
That'd be tough. That'd be tough to play in those kind of conditions.
It would. I can't imagine.
Not even just throwing it, but trying to catch the ball. I mean, you hit your finger the wrong way, you're toast.
Yeah.
It's like hitting a golf ball thin in freezing temperatures.
Got that right.
It takes a while for your hands to become unnumb.
Yep.
You know that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So I may know that feeling this afternoon. We go out there and play a little bit with Mr. Shane and see how it goes. It's a little breezy, a little cool, but the sun is shining, and that makes a huge difference. All right, let's have some fun here. Some NFL statistic leaders. Who's currently leading the league in passing yards as a quarterback? And no, it's not Brock. He's second.
Oh, okay. My mind goes to deep passes and...
Fast receivers.
Oh. Is it Tua then?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's go.
That's who I was thinking of.
There you go. All right, who leads the league in passing touchdowns.
Is it still Tua?
No. Tua is tied for 5th with 25.
I feel like it's Brock.
It is Brock Purdy.
Yeah, because he has like 4.
He's got 29 touchdown passes so far this year.
Isn't he leading like 4 things?
He's leading a bunch of categories, yeah.
Yeah.
Jay, who's second in touchdown passes?
Second in touchdown. God, it's got to be a high-scoring offensive. Let's go C.J. Stroud, Texans?
Nope.
No?
He's been out.
Yeah.
Is that a good guess, Liam?
No.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
David Hayes, who is second in the league in touchdown passes behind Brock Purdy?
Ooh.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
I'll say Dak.
Bingo. That's why he hosts an afternoon show.
I would have guessed 3rd.
All right, who's leading the league in rushing yards? Jay Henley, you go first.
Oh, wow.
I know you know it. That's why I told Jay to go first.
Let's go with our boy ETN over in Jacksonville.
Wow. Interesting guess. He is currently 9th with 837.
Hey, I got a top 10 out of it.
All right,
I'm
Lee,
happy.
Go ahead.
CMC.
That's right. Christian McCaffrey with 1,292 rushing yards at the moment. Second place, this may be a little tougher one. See if anybody knows. We'll kick it over to David Hayes, see if he knows. Second in rushing in the league. He's 2 yards ahead of Raheem Mostert.
Well, it can't be Derrick Henry.
It's not. It's a little surprising. That's why I'm bringing it up. He had a huge game this past weekend, especially in fantasy.
Oh, now I think that's just confusing me a little bit more.
Sorry.
I don't know.
They beat the team I hate.
Oh.
But do you know their starting running back?
Not
It's like
James Cook?
Yeah, lead second in the league in rushing yards with 968.
What?
On 188 total attempts.
I love this year of the NFL.
That's why when I clicked on that, that's why I asked who number 2 was, because I wasn't expecting James Cook to show up in there. All right, what other good ones can we do here? Receiving yards. Who's leading the league in receiving yards? Jay Henley. I already know you know the answer.
Come on.
Let's go. Not Tyreek Hill. Is it Tyreek Hill?
It is Tyreek Hill. Yes, 1,542 yards.
Whenever you said that, I was like,
I'm not proud. I'm amazed.
Shocked would be the word. Yeah. I mean, we do talk about the NFL quite a bit here on the Inside Drive. I don't know how much you pay attention when you're on.
Well,
when you're in studio with us
you
here.
would have said
it comes and goes.
If you would have said something bad,
would you have been disappointed?
Oh yeah.
Welcome to this side of the table.
I noticed we never talk about anyone from the Atlanta Falcons, so
I can't help that the Falcons are just not looking so good.
That's right.
All right, who's number 2 in the league in receiving yards?
No.
Now you can guess. Give me a guess.
What you do with a shovel?
What does that have to do with anything?
Stephon Diggs.
Oh, that is not. He's not even in the top 10.
Wow.
We're looking for number 2.
Number 2 receiving yards. He played last night, Liam.
Oh.
I don't know if that helps you or not.
Is it A.J. Brown?
It is A.J. Brown. That's correct. Who's number 3? See, he could just sit here. You can go teach.
I'll hand off.
Who's number 3? David Hayes.
3. I'll take a guess here. CD Lamb.
Correct. Who are you going to guess?
I don't really know.
It'd be easy to say CD Lamb now, after the fact.
4. My 4 would probably be. This 4.
4 would be. I don't think any of you would guess it because their team is absolute garbage.
Garbage. Oh, I was gonna guess.
And their head coach just got fired.
I was gonna guess. Waddle.
Jalen Waddle.
But he's not it because they don't have it that bad.
He's actually 16th in the league. He's getting close to 1,000, just ahead of it's Keenan Allen from the Chargers coming in 3rd there. The reason why this is important to pay attention to, Jay, is because when you're doing fantasy football stuff next year in the draft, you kind of want to be in the know on some of these things.
Liam, you know how Sunday night there's prime time NFL. You know what Jay was doing during prime time Sunday night? Well, no. I was watching Foot Golf Championship.
You played some foot golf.
Yeah, foot golf's fun.
Yeah.
Would you ever watch foot golf instead of watching football?
No.
Just a quick answer.
No conviction needed for that one.
That was
conviction needed.
That was a no, but thanks for asking, David.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of another one, but I couldn't pull it up quick enough. Who leads the league in sacks?
Oh, wait.
No, your boy's not even in the top 5.
Yeah, what's his
What team are we playing for?
What's his name?
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah. What's his name?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
What is his name?
What is his name?
Yeah, it's T.J. Watt.
Correct.
There you go.
Yeah.
Correct.
Where's that Josh Allen from the Jaguars? They were talking big about him.
He's got 13 and a half. T.J. Watt's got 16 total interceptions. You probably don't know the name. I don't even know the name. It's Deron Bland from the Dallas.
Deron Bland.
8.
Yeah,
I know. He had how many in that one game?
Well, he had 5 like interceptions in a row returned for touchdowns.
Oh, that's
He's the guy
right.
who's filling in for Trayvon.
Yep, that's right.
So is it Trayvon Diggs, or is it just how in position that position is to create turnovers?
Yeah. No, I think you might be onto something there, especially considering what all happened. Total touchdowns, I want to say that's probably Raheem Mostert, right? No, Raheem's got the most rushing touchdowns, right?
He might would have total, too, because he's got like 15, I think.
Let's see. Raheem's got 18 rushing touchdowns.
18?
Yeah.
He's got 18 rushing touchdowns?
Yep. He broke the
You know who led the
Dolphins
league
record.
last year?
Josh Jacobs?
Jamal Williams did with
That's
17 touchdowns, so he's still got 3 games to go.
You know who's second in rushing touchdowns? It's not Christian McCaffrey. He's got 13 rushing touchdowns. Who's second?
Austin Eckler?
No. Not a bad guess.
That's a good guess.
Not a bad guess. It's a little surprising because he's not a running back. Jay, he's not a running back. They have a very specific play that happens when they get down on the goal line. It happened last night.
Oh, wait. No, I don't know.
Nothing? They played. He played last night.
When it doesn't feel good, it
hurts. Jalen?
Jalen Hurts has got 14 rushing touchdowns. That's why he's been such a weapon on the fantasy football side of things. But CMC's got 7 receiving touchdowns. And how many rushing touchdowns? I say 14. So that's 21 total touchdowns. Where's Raheem Mostert? I love looking at stats. Stats are wild.
He's probably got 5 receiving touchdowns. That would put him at 23.
There was a total. I thought there was a total touchdown thing. There probably is. I'm not good at finding it. Where's Raheem? I'll do the old Control F. Mostert. Oh, they did not put him on the receiving one? Or maybe he just doesn't have any. Maybe he's not in the... Michael Pittman's only got 4. All right, back to... excuse me, back to rushing. All right. Which team?
Mostert's got 20 total.
20 total, so he's got 2 receiving touchdowns. So that's why he wasn't on that list when I did the old Control F.
CMC the same way. He's got 13 rushing touchdowns and 7 receiving touchdowns.
Tied for 20 touchdowns is a lot of touchdowns.
Tyreek Hill's got 12, and that's your drop off, 20 to 12. And running backs weren't going to be important this year in fantasy.
Keith. Well, a lot of them got injured, that's for sure.
That is true.
That is for sure. What's another good stat, Jay, that you can guess on? Which, I was going to say something about special teams because that's kind of your forte when it comes to football, right?
Right, yes.
Which team leads the league in interceptions?
Interceptions.
I don't have it in front of me, so guess. I'll find it while you do that.
Interceptions. I mean, Dallas had that stretch where the defense was just wearing them out. Maybe that was enough to be, so I'll go Dallas defense.
I'll say Jacksonville.
Ooh, that's a good one. Teams. Okay, I found it. Team statistics. Turner. What do you think, Liam? Which team do you think leads the league in takeaways?
Probably what with Jay said.
What did Jay say?
Dallas.
Dallas. Because they're...
Dallas is number 3 with 21.
That was his answer.
Yeah, I know. First is your Bingo, with 25 total takeaways there, 19 interceptions, 6 fumble recoveries. Here's a surprising one. Number 2 team in total takeaways, the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
15 interceptions and 8 fumble returns. Then it goes Cowboys, Texans, Steelers, Giants, Bucks. And it doesn't necessarily correlate to your record in the league there, which is interesting. Poor Tommy DeVito, I read this stat. He's only played 7 games, and he's the 5th most sacked quarterback in the league this year with 35 in 7 games.
Ooh.
Poor Tommy DeVito. That's for
damaged.
Sure. Yes. Well, he got lit up the other night, too.
He was supposed to be going to a pizzeria called Coniglio's Old Fashioned Pizzeria, and he was going to be getting paid $10,000, but he wanted $20,000 to do it. So the fame's already getting to him.
God, it's already going to his head.
Wow.
Stay humble. Stay humble, Tommy DeVito.
Listen to Kendrick Lamar.
There you go. There you go. Old Kendrick. Who's got the least amount of takeaways in the league, Jay?
Least amount of takeaways.
I'll say the Titans.
No.
No.
The Titans are in the bottom 2/3.
Okay.
But they've got a total of the Titans.
When you say takeaways, like what is that? What is
fumbles
that
and interceptions?
What we've been talking about for the last 2 minutes.
Gotcha. Yeah. Fumbles and interceptions.
The Tennessee Titans are 3rd from last.
Okay, 3rd from last.
It was sorted by differential.
I'm going Panthers.
Correct.
Nice.
Look at you. One. You got one. It's fair to say that the worst team in the league probably has the least amount of turnovers. The Los Angeles Rams are 2nd. The Philadelphia Eagles, surprisingly, are in that bottom 2/3. Liam, come tell everybody bye. Thanks for hanging out today. You've been listening to The Inside Drive. Started off a little interesting, but everything's back to normal. Coming up this afternoon at 4 p.m. is the Afternoon Underdogs. We'll be back tomorrow with The Inside Drive on your Wednesday. 6 days till Christmas. Liam, thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The Afternoon Underdogs.
Do you think as many people are as interested now in the Florida State-Georgia game as what they would have been? And not people, but players primarily. You see what I'm saying? If they know that they're in the college football playoff, then all of a sudden you've got more players and eyes on that, and it's like you watch them get blown out there, and it stings a little bit.
4 to 6 weekdays. 104.3.